Everyone, without exception, on YouTube wants to grow their channel and get more views and subscribers. So on today's live stream, I want to give you 10 hacks that will help you to ideally 2 times the growth of YouTube channel compared to the year before. So some of the things I'm going to cover, we're going to be talking about content and how to create better videos, etc. So I think what happens these days is that it's become very competitive to be on your niche and to stand out from the crowd. So when I first began doing videos many years ago, then it wasn't so competitive. But now, more and more people are trying to probably do the same thing as in your own niche. So you want to look at some details of how you can stand out and what you can focus on, particularly what kind of hacks can you do that will help you to grow your channel in 2020. My name is Herman Drost, and my channel is all about how to grow your audience on YouTube so you can grow your audience, grow your traffic, get leads and subscribers on autopilot. So the beautiful thing is that about YouTube is that you can get your videos ranked in the search engines from YouTube search and Google search, but you can also get your videos promoted for free via suggested videos. These are videos that appear on the right side of the watch page and under the videos that are on the YouTube app. So you can get traffic, leads, subscribers in multiple ways from the just from YouTube channel. So I want to welcome everybody here. We've got Harley saying it's the last Friday of the year of 2019. Yay, we reached the end of the year. And ready for a new decade. I hope everybody is. We got Red Ninja Lego Productions, Windows XP. Gabriella is here. And hi, thanks Windows XP for the super chat. Really appreciate that. So I guess the big question is, what worked well for you in 2019? Is anything in particular that drove the traffic for your channel? I think in my case, I think playlists made a big difference. I talked about that last week. And then just experimenting and trying, making small tweaks to your channel, to your videos. You got to keep testing. I think that's the big action that you want to focus on. Try different things, try something new. So I'm going to switch over to my slides here and go through the presentation. If you got any questions, put them in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, put them in the comments, and so we can, then we'll, if you have any input, or tips, then you can put them in the chat there as well. So the question is, so we got YouTube growth hacks for 2020. And so I thought I'd, when I was thinking about what to present today, I thought, well, a lot of people are interested in how can they grow their channel faster in the next year or next few years, because YouTube is really a marathon. And so we want to look at some of these things. The first one I talked about is creating awesome content. So if you really want to stand out from your competitors, then you've got to create content that your audience wants to watch. And sometimes it's easy to kind of get off the track and just, create content that you want to you want to promote on your YouTube channel. And I think that's okay, but ideally you want to please your audience and yourself. And then sometimes you might want to just put something out there that you really fell in love with some type of content, ideally that links, that resonates with your audience. So you can do that too. But if you find that your content's not resonating with your audience, then check out your competitors' channels and see what are they doing, what kind of videos are they producing that seems to be getting a lot of traffic. So you can pop over there, check some of the channels that are in your niche, and then you can maybe present the content from a different angle. But I think using the YouTube search engine, putting your main keyword into the YouTube search box, looking at the keyword suggestions, using TubeBuddy to do some quick keyword research is also very valuable. And then also to survey your audience. And if you have a Facebook group, or you're a member of another Facebook group, you can do a poll there. You can email your subscribers, ask what kind of content they would like to see, etc. So all these things are, really, if you can home in on your target audience, then create really awesome content that they want to watch, and that'll keep them watching. So that, I thought I'd put that first, because that, if you don't create great content, then people are going to lose interest and click away. Second thing is and I think this was actually also my theme for this year, was creating a video series. So instead of thinking of like one video, then think about 3, 4, or 5 videos that you can do in a series, or based upon a particular theme. So, and then put that on a playlist, and add that playlist to your channel homepage. And if it's a really popular playlist, put it at the top of your channel homepage. And then if a video is doing really well in that playlist, move it to the top, and then other videos in that playlist in descending order in that particular playlist. So the purpose of the video series is that you want to get people to watch more than one video. So you can link to that playlist in the card, link to that playlist in your end screen, link to that playlist in your description, pin it to the top of your comments, add it to your social media sites, etc. So the whole idea is that you want to keep people watching it, and the thing is that when you think of a video series, then you're thinking of keeping people longer on the YouTube platform. So you want to, instead of keeping them on there for like 5 minutes, you keep them on there for like 10 minutes or even 20 minutes by them watching multiple videos. So the longer you can keep them watching, which is called watch time, then the higher the probability that YouTube is going to promote your videos and suggested videos. So if you have a good audience retention, a long watch time, then if you can keep on working on that and bringing that up even by 1%, it can make a world of difference to the growth of your channel. So it's definitely something to focus on. So definitely work on that video series. Then the third thing is optimizing your thumbnails. So in the course of this year, I tried different thumbnails, and I think they still needs a lot more experimentation. But just by using the A/B test split testing feature in TubeBuddy, I can very quickly tell if my original thumbnail or my what do you call the other one, the alternative thumbnail worked better, got more traffic. And oftentimes what I thought was a great thumbnail and would do better than the alternative ended up being wrong, because the alternative thumbnail ended up being right. So you don't know until somebody, even you might get 12 people in a room, they say that particular thumbnail is going to work well and it's better than your alternative thumbnail, but the data speaks really loud. And if you can split test your thumbnails, then that can make a difference. So I experimented with a blue background. I experimented with different faces and different expressions. I experimented with text to the left and text to the right, and then slanted text, and then different fonts, and then also italicize or not italicizing the text. So even some of these small tweaks can make a big difference. But particularly when it comes to thumbnails, you always have to look at how is it going to appear on a mobile device, because and you can do this in Canva. If you go into Canva, or if you make your thumbnails in Canva, you can shrink it down to like 10%, which is like the size that the thumbnail appears on your phone, and then see, is the face really clear? Is the text really clear? Does it really stand out? So all those factors come into play. So I think really, if you can A/B test, split test your thumbnails, then that can make a big difference. And then try to, if you're not very good at graphic design, then you could go to Fiverr or Upwork or get somebody to maybe create a thumbnail template that you could use or base all your other thumbnails upon. And actually, even YouTube is getting very good at their thumbnails they select from within your videos. So you might even try that, But I think faces work well, bold text works well. Just using a few words works well, and then also to try, use contrasting colors in your thumbnail, and then testing the thumbnail. So those are all things that are worth testing because you want to ideally increase your click-through rate. So the click-through rate or the impressions click-through rate is when someone sees your thumbnail in the search engines, it stands out from your competitors, and they click on your video to watch it. So if you can get that high click-through rate, then that, I think the average click-through rate is between 2 and 4%. So if you can get higher than 2%, but go for 4% or 5% or higher, then that signals to YouTube that your thumbnails or your videos really deserve to be surfaced to more people on YouTube. So that's something to really be working on. Okay, then the next one is optimizing your title. So you have a great thumbnail, but you also want to create a great title. So the question is, do you write a title for the search engines, or do you write a title for your audience? So since it's the audience that is your audience is the people that are going to watch your videos and are going to be reading your titles, I would say your audience is really the most important. But if you're optimizing for search, then you want to optimize for the search engines and for the audience. So for instance, if you do like how to get more views on YouTube, that's kind of a not very catchy title. It might be good for the search engines, but if you want to motivate and inspire your viewers, then you've got to add some emotional trigger or something that reinforces people to want to click on the thumbnail. So instead of how to get views on YouTube, you could say how to get views on YouTube within 10 minutes, or how to get more views on YouTube, or how to get 10 times more views on YouTube, or how to get more views on YouTube in one day, or how to get an extra 500 views on YouTube. So something that still contains the main keyword phrase, but then you're adding some emotional trigger, adding some reinforcement that gets your viewers to click on the thumbnail. So I think, optimizing your titles and your thumbnails are two of the most crucial factors for people to click on your, they're going to see your thumbnail, they're going to see your title, And if they don't click on the thumbnail, then all that work that you've done is going to be wasted. So I think, some people have said, and I tend to do this myself too, is that while you're creating your video, while you're shooting your video, while you're editing your video, think about your thumbnail. You might create the thumbnail first. Then as you're developing your video, then you might want to tweak the thumbnail and maybe create 2 or 3 different versions. So I find that when I create the thumbnail first, then I've got some idea, some concept, but as I develop the content, then I think, oh, this would be more suitable for people to click on that particular thumbnail. So a lot of YouTubers saying, make the thumbnail first. Sometimes it's sort of an afterthought, but I find the thumbnails that I do very quickly, like after I've done the video, after I've edited the video and published the video or uploaded the video, and then I add my thumbnail within 10 minutes, it means I haven't really thought through it, and it doesn't do as well as if I had created like 2 or 3 different thumbnails to test. And this image here is it says the #1 free headline analyzer. This is co-schedule. So you could just put your headline in there and then click analyze now, and it'll analyze your headline. So you can use this tool to come up with an emotional headline and emotional title that will help to get people to click on your videos. Okay, the 5th one is to improve the video hook. The hook is those first few seconds, or the first 30 seconds or 60 seconds of your video is most crucial. So if you can aim for like 70% audience retention the first 60 seconds, I know that's really high, but if you can aim for that, and even if you get like 50%, then there's more likely that your audience is going to continue watching your video all the way through. Another one you can aim for is aim for 50% audience retention for the duration of your video. So I think most, I checked some of my videos recently, they got around 40%, 44%. So I got work to do, to try to get it over the 50% mark. Some of my old videos have done better. So if you see videos that have got a good audience retention, then maybe some elements in that video that you could add to your current video to get it to do well with to improve its audience retention. So, and then you can also use go into your YouTube analytics and look at your audience retention graph and see where people are dropping off. Most likely they're dropping off within the first 10 seconds, within the first 30 seconds or 1 minute. So what are you doing in that first minute that you could improve that audience retention in that period of time? And then try to keep them watching all the way through. So improving, trying some B-roll, trying transitions, graphics, etc. So improving that video hook, I think, is something to really focus on in 2020. Really try to, because people have a short attention span, so how to improve that, asking a question, teasing people at the beginning about what's coming up next in the video, and encouraging them to stay watching the video all the way through. Just some of the things that you can try. Okay, number 6 is cutting out the fluff. So the fluff refers to the part of your video which maybe you're rambling on, or maybe you can, in your editing process, you can remove something that's not quite necessary. If you look at your audience retention graph, maybe there's some couple of sentences that you shouldn't have mentioned that you could have removed. So when it comes to editing, play the video through or get some feedback from others and see what is it that I can remove from the video that would make it really tight and make it really worth watching, and that it has a good flow throughout your video. So you might even experiment, if you find that people are dropping off at the beginning while you're giving an introduction, you could test out eliminating introduction, where you're asking people to subscribe and instead asking people to subscribe at the end. So I think eliminate, especially in your editing process, you want to keep that editing tight so you get a really information-packed video that keeps people watching. Number 7 is improve the video quality. So if I look at some of my first videos, the quality was pretty bad, but some of the things you can do to improve your video quality. Well, you could get a new camera. I know even the iPhone camera these days is really good. I was taking some pictures over Christmas with my family, and I had my Canon camera, and somebody else had the iMax Pro, an i11 Pro iPhone, and his pictures seemed to come out better than mine. So, but that costs like $1,000 or something for a 11 Pro Max. But some of the other things you can improve is looking at you can improve the lighting. Instead of using maybe one softbox, you could use 2 softboxes. You could film outside. I use like a ring light, a couple of softboxes. You can improve the sound quality, maybe upgrade your microphone. You can improve your backdrop, maybe try a different backdrop. Maybe you can also improve the delivery, the way you deliver your content. But I think, in 2020, there's going to be a lot of competition, and you might have to up your game to create better quality videos. So I think look at some of the ways, from lighting to sound to backdrop to delivery, to the way that you edit your videos, and then maybe look at some of your competitors or somebody in a different niche, how they're doing really well with attracting a lot of traffic, and maybe try to emulate some of the methods that they are trying in their videos. So that's something you can try. Okay, moving on. Forgot to switch here. Number 8 is double down on what's working. So what I mean by that is, if you go into YouTube Analytics and look at your top 10 videos, then it'll show you, the videos that are attracting the most traffic on your channel. So what are some other ways that you can approach that topic from a different angle? Look at the videos that are attracting the most subscribers. Look at the videos that are getting the most views and most traffic, and then try to create a video series that goes deeper into the content. So I have some videos that I did several years ago, and they're still getting a lot of traffic. So probably in this next year, I'll look at them, and then maybe I'll create some similar type videos from a different angle, knowing that I can get that those videos would maybe not do as well as the ones that are currently on my channel, but they will do better than my regular videos. So maybe create a list, in your content calendar or in a Google Doc of the top 10 videos on your channel, and then, take each of those 10 videos and try to expand on the topics by approaching a different angle, or, maybe, doing a video series on that. And then, you can kind of jump start your channel, or start getting a strong growth at the beginning of the year. So And then if you got even the free Chrome extension called vidIQ, they have a link on there called, I think it's called Double Down. Yeah, what to double down on. So if you click on that, it'll show you the videos. I think it's just in the free version. It's got maybe a top 3 or 4 videos that you need to double down on. And then if you're using the keyword research tool Morning Fame, they also show you what videos currently are doing the best on your channel and what you need to double down on those videos. And then within Morning Fame, you can do the keyword research based upon the videos that are already doing well. So those are a couple of tools, along with TubeBuddy also is a great tool for your keyword research. But yeah, you just want to kind of, when a video is really doing well, then you want to double down on that particular video. So say you created a video last week that's, you can see that the view velocity is increasing day by day. So then you know that that video is doing well in YouTube search, or that video is doing really well in suggested. Then why not create another video that you can double down on and kind of capitalize on that video that's already doing well. So that's a kind of a quick and easy way to get a lot of traffic from what's already working. So give that a shot. Okay, number 9 is repurpose content. I just want a quick shout out here to Lisa from Quilts and Toys Famous, John and Jane's Kitchen. Good to see you there. So you're arriving a little bit late, but you can catch a replay. On number 9, repurposing your content. For me, this is something I want to also focus on in 2020, because it's good to focus on YouTube, but there are audiences that are also on other social media sites like Instagram, websites, Facebook. So a lot of these other ones, everybody's using videos. So LinkedIn has stepped up their game with video. Facebook has stepped up their game with video. Instagram has stepped up their game with video. So you can take that video that you've created on YouTube and repurpose it in many different ways. And the idea of repurposing your content is that you're attracting, you're getting your content in front of a different audience. So it could be in front of the Facebook audience, Instagram audience, etc. So particularly if you've created, maybe a 5-10 minute video, you've put many hours of work into that. So why not take that piece of content and repurpose it for other platforms, other social media platforms? So I'm thinking that instead of creating, a quantity of videos, like instead of like 3 or 4 videos a week, you cut back to like 2 videos a week. So what I'm thinking is like create a regular video, maybe do a live stream, and then throughout the week repurposing the content on these other social media sites. So, and this also safeguards you in case you get a strike, and heavens forbid if you get 3 strikes, your channel would get terminated. So I don't think you want to put all your eggs in one basket. So I'd say repurposing your content for social media sites, transcribe your video content and post it on your website, embed your video on your website, and then also you might even do some collaborations where you could be like a guest blogger, or you could be a guest on a podcast or something like that. So you can even take your content and make a podcast out of it. So, or be a guest on a podcast. So I think the beauty about repurpose, you can take that one piece of content and maybe repurpose it in 21 to 30 different ways throughout the week. And this way you're attracting content, attracting different audiences across the internet. So the beauty about this is that if you're selling something, then you can, say you're selling ebook or selling a course, then you don't know if it's going to do, if you're going to get clients from YouTube or you get clients from Instagram or from your website, etc. So you can multiply your sales through going on these different platforms. So the other side of that is if you're just uploading once a week to YouTube, you can actually increase your upload schedule and go to 2 times a week. And a simple way to do that is by, instead of doing a regular video, go live once a week and see if your audience is open to like appearing on a show. Like you do like your live stream could be a show that you interview somebody, or you just present content like I'm doing today, and then make it on a consistent basis. So the beauty about live streams is that you don't have to edit the content. You can just prepare the content ahead of time. Then after the live stream is finished, you could edit it a little bit using the YouTube video editor, because you don't lose the views, you don't lose the subscribers. And so you can edit it or add an end screen, add a card to the live stream. So you can do 2 videos a week instead of 1. One could be a regular one, and the second one could be a live stream. And if you want to go all out, you could just upload every day, but you probably get stressed out doing that. But repurposing your content, I think, is definitely worthwhile. Just an aside to that, most of my traffic comes from Google search. So I've got search traffic from YouTube as well as Google search. So traffic coming from 2 big search engines. So if you embed your video on your website, add a transcript, add a transcript to your blog, and then get some backlinks to it by internal linking between your content, then your content can get found in Google search as well. Okay, and number 10 is to sharpen your skills. So when you first, if you're first starting a YouTube channel, or if you've been going at it a year, you need to continually sharpen your skills. So sharpen your skills means improving your delivery, improving your filming, improving your optimization, all these things that go into building a great video. So improving your, as I mentioned before, improving your lighting, improving the sound, improving the way that you deliver your content, all these things. So try to think of 1 or 2 ways, like especially, and this is just something I'm thinking on top of my head, is the first quarter of 2020, try to focus on really improving your video and improving your traffic and performance of your videos. So, and then you can also, when you do this, then you can measure or track the performance of your videos in YouTube Analytics by looking at your click-through rate, your average view duration, your watch time, and your what's the other one? Average view percentage. Average number of people watching your video all the way through. So if you can keep on even if it's by 1%, increase your click-through rate by 1%, increase your average view duration by 1%, your audience retention, average view percentage. Even if you can lift these up a little bit, this will help to grow your YouTube channel in 2020. So I think that sharpening your skills is definitely a great way to go. And aside to that, I mentioned about collaborations. I think that's something more that I didn't do much in 2019, but the beauty about collaborations is that you can expose your audience to somebody else's audience, and they can expose their content to my audience. So you're doing this kind of cross collaboration between different people, and ideally you want to have people that have similar amount of subscribers and maybe similar content, and then interview them or they interview you, etc. Some things to keep in mind going into 2020 is to be consistent. Try to upload on a regular basis, even if it's just once a week or twice a week. Try to upload on the same day, same time is good to be consistent. And then also, if you're being, most of your traffic comes from search, try to get more traffic from suggested videos. So then you have to get a longer watch time, higher click-through rate. So try to improve the amount of traffic you get from suggested videos, and try to improve the amount of traffic you get from Google search. So you got Google search, YouTube suggested videos. You got the traffic that comes from your home screen, from browse features, etc. So these are some of the things you want to try. And then another thing you can try is also to I mentioned about pinning your playlist or asking questions in your video. Pin that question to the top of your comments. Pin that playlist to the top of your comments. And then when you reply to the comments, if you're a small channel, then I highly recommend engaging more with the people that are watching your videos. So instead of saying, oh, thanks for watching, you could try to maybe give a 2 or 3 sentence or paragraph reply to those people that are replying to your comments. Or if you know other people in your niche, you can go and they're getting a lot of traffic, try to provide a very well thought out comment on that high trafficked channel. And then if you do that, then that creator will notice you. Other people that are commenting will notice that and want to read it and then check out your channel as well. So that's another way that you can, kind of get people interested in your own channel. Another thing I was thinking of was, and this is, not that easy, but people are very attracted to stories. So how can you weave a story into your video? So a compelling story can really keep people engaged throughout the video. So that's something that I want to experiment with, is to how to weave a story into the video instead of just sort of a straight tutorial type. So I think experimenting is going to be a big thing. If something that's not working, like there's a saying that if you keep on doing the same thing over and over, then that's the definition of insanity. So you want to try a different design for your thumbnail. Try maybe if all your videos are 10 minutes long and people are dropping off in the first couple of minutes, try and shorten the video and see if you can get a higher audience retention with a shorter video. Then if you get a high audience retention on a 5-minute video, then maybe you can, once you've got your audience that is always watching your videos all the way through, then you can extend the length of your video. But if nobody's watching after 1 or 2 minutes, there's no point in trying to make a 10 or 15-minute video, because you've spent hours filming and editing, creating that 10 or 15-minute video, but people are dropping off in the first minute. So I would say, forget about that 15 or 10-minute video and go for a shorter video that gets a higher audience retention, and that will, help, grow your channel. Okay, if you've got any questions, then put them in the chat. Let me just check what we have here. If we've got any. Oh, hi, Marilyn. Good to see you. And Lisa says, great tips. So appreciated. You're welcome. Question, do you know how the new app feature works? I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Maybe I haven't come across it. So, Harley, do you know anything about that? I don't know anything about that at the moment. So, can't help you there. Oh, and then Harley has a tip here for learning about storytelling. Check out Jeff Batch at the Story Greenlight channel, professional TV editor that talks about how story works on video. Yeah, so I might check out that myself. I think storytelling is a great way to go, and it's something that a lot of people are not doing. So whatever people are not doing and you're doing it, it's worth investigating. So if you have any things that you are going to try in 2020, then definitely try that out. So if you have any tips on that, put them in the chat or in the comments. I also wanted to mention a couple of things here. Is some resources. If you're just getting started, particularly, I got a YouTube marketing ebook. I'm just almost finished updating it to Bootcamp. It's currently $27, but it goes through step by step with screenshots, how to customize your channel, how to do keyword research, how to promote your videos, etc. And if you want to get TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy is a keyword research tool that speeds up keyword research. And if you get the star option or the legend option where you can split test your thumbnails, you can use promo code Herman's Buddy at checkout to get 20% off. And then if you wanted to get a thumbnail creator, check out the Thumbnail Blaster. I did a review of that on that URL, so you can check out that. And then if you're not a member of my Facebook group, then go to the Facebook group, answer the questions, and you can get. Then you'll, when you've answered the questions, you'll be a member of the Facebook group, so you can ask questions there, get feedback, and interact with other like-minded people. Oh, okay. I think I was just reading the chat there. So yeah, that's yes, you can reference other people's channels. So Lisa's saying that in the description box it says at and tag a channel and they get notified, something like that. Yeah, I think that's a new feature. I didn't really explore it so much, Lisa, but yeah, you can do that, I think, in the description. It might also be in the title. Um, oh yeah, Harley's saying there, he's mentioned that. So he's saying that YouTube just added new feature to reference channels in the titles descriptions. Don't know much more than that. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. But yeah, if you wanted to mention another channel, I would say if you do that, stick with channels that are in your niche. If you don't want people to read your title and then go and watch somebody else's video when they should be watching your video. So similar to the what was that? The premieres. So when premieres first came out, then you could put hashtags. I think you still can put hashtags under in your description. So you can put it at the top of your description or bottom of your description. So I experimented with that and found it didn't really make a lot of difference. And some people clicked on the hashtag and then they would actually leave your video. So in the same way, if you're going to put at in the title, at in the description, and it takes them away from your video, that wouldn't be very good news. So something to think about. Yogalachi says, question about merging two channels into one. I haven't done that before, but one thing that you could do is, on one channel, you could, on the channel you want to keep, you could create a playlist, and then you could just add videos from that other channel to your new channel via a playlist. So just create a new playlist that from the videos from your other channel. Now there might be a way you can merge them completely together, but I don't think I've seen that. But this would be a quick way to do it. Just make a playlist on the channel you want to keep, and then you just add all the videos from your previous channel, the one you don't want to keep, or just take the videos you want to keep and make a playlist or several playlists on your new channel. Yeah, so yeah, give that a try. I think that's probably the easiest way to merge the channels. And I think when it comes to 2020, as I mentioned before, some of the things to experiment with is definitely, thumbnails and titles are going to be huge. And then I think also really looking at your metrics, trying to look at your click-through rate, average view duration, average percentage viewed, try to boost them. And then also just upping your game, try to differentiate yourself from your competitors. So it might even be worth doing an audit on your own channel. Look at what is your unique, what's called USP or unique selling position. What's that tag that describes your channel? Is it does it encapsulate the content of your channel? Is your channel banner, does it really exemplify the content of your channel? Your sections, your playlists, on your channel homepage. It might be good to rearrange them, to get the playlist that's performing the best, put it to the top, or maybe in the first of the year you could put your playlist at the top that addresses, the beginning. If you get a lot of people that are new to YouTube, that are beginners, maybe you want to put a playlist of tutorials that address beginning YouTubers. So that'd be another way to do it. And then definitely link to playlists. Create a playlist that's maybe the best from your channel and put that at the top. And also think about a channel trailer. Is your current channel trailer performing really well? Or maybe you created it like 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe you need to come up with a new channel trailer. Look at the description on your about page. Maybe you need to rework that description. So all these things, like small tweaks, can make a big difference. So I would say, in these last few days of 2019, sort of, reflect on all the aspects of your channel, maybe go through, all those things I mentioned, and then maybe going into the new year, start improving the description on your about page, create another channel trailer, create a different channel banner. And then that's the only way you can capitalize on the growth of your channels, by improving all these little things. Then the accumulation of all those things will inspire and grow your channel. Cotton Candy Corner. So I do have another channel other than my kids' channel. So yeah, if you have two channels, that are not totally related, then I usually recommend to keep them separate, because if you've got a kids channel and then one that's all about tech, for instance, all about plumbing or something like that, then it's probably better to keep them separate. But it takes a lot of effort to promote, to build a channel and to gain authority. So it's easy to focus on one channel. So if they're somewhat related, and you can put them, you can put the contents into one channel, and divide them up into categories and playlists, then it's easier to manage your channel. But if it's totally unrelated, then two separate channels would be the way to go. Okay, so Yogalachi said, I've got lots of homework to do from this great live chat. Thank you so much. You always provide great content. Yeah, thanks very much for your comment. And hey, I wish everybody the best for the upcoming year. And I think we can help each other. It's always good to get another set of eyes on your videos and on your channel. So make sure you member the Facebook group, and you can share your thumbnail there, get some feedback. So sometimes you get you fall in love with the content that you produce, the channel that you've created, and you forget that when somebody else looks at your content or looks at your video, maybe they're not so impressed. And so you don't want to go forward with blinders on, but get objective feedback. So, and that way it's good to get several sets of eyes on and opinions on your videos and your channel going forward. So I want to thank everybody for attending today's live stream, and I hope you all had a great Christmas and had a bit of time to spend with your friends and family. And if you have any more questions, put them in the comments, or if you're in the Facebook group, put them in the Facebook group, and I'll be sure to get to them. So have a great rest of the year, and have a happy new year, and we'll see you in the next live stream or video. Take care.